on the channel, we take a look at one of the most grotesque figures of all time in Cody Rhodes' Greatest Hits Series 6.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Greatest Hits unboxing and review. And today, we're at Greatest Hits Series 6 with Cody Rhodes. But for all your Greatest Hits needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. We know how that goes for sure. But Cody Rhodes, no stranger to any Mattel lineup right now. However, this is his first run around in the Greatest Hits department, and this is what the Greatest Hits line should be. This is what this figure, this is the definition of that line to me. Making an old figure a lot better, making it feel different along the way as well, and that's what we get with this Cody Rhodes. So I'm very excited to jump into this one, and of course we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and he's not the American Nightmare here. This is when he left the dashing persona and changed his tune a little bit here. So very cool in the package right there. Of course, Greatest Hits, Cody Rhodes, Elite, WWE. I wish it did say Greatest Hits Series 6 on here. I feel like they should be keeping track of this stuff. Of course, you go to Ringside Collectibles. Once again, it'll show you Greatest Hits Series 6, but let's say 5 years from now, you're looking at this figure. Gosh, what Greatest Hits line was this? Would have been nice to have the little 6 down there somewhere. There he is, Cody, looking a lot younger. Of course, the darker hair, which is strikingly different than what he has now with the bright blonde hair. Certified authentic Cody Rhodes, Elite, of course. And on the back, there it is, old Cody Rhodes, little glamour shot, little tail of the tape, little blurb. Got a big cross sell down here, unboxing every single one of these. Then at the end, of course, we'll unbox the Chase Natalya figure and rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite. Stay tuned to that. Let's see what it says about our friend Cody Rhodes, good friend of the channel, from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my gosh, Joe Lanta rocking and rolling a couple of weeks ago down there. Height 6'2", 220 pounds, finisher the Crossroads. Cody Rhodes went from dashing to deranged as he believed his damaged face was too grotesque to be shown in public. Career highlights: Intercontinental Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion. I remember this very well, as he used to have people come down with him to the ring that had paper bags that would hand out and put them on people and stuff. And local independent wrestler, AJ Smooth, good friend of the channel as well, he was one of those guys on the Monday Night Raw when they came to town one time. So I'll never forget that time as well. But looking good here. I'm ready to see what all the fuss is about with this Cody Rhodes. See you later. And man, there's fuss with Cody Rhodes. We know how that goes. Looking good in the plastic prison. A lot in here that is really, really nice. Can't wait to dive into this. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but we're going to compare it to the old version. And dashingly different, Cody Rhodes style, I guess is what we'll say. But a very, very different figure in this new one compared to the old one. So very anxious to dive in. And as we always say here on the channel, see what all the fuss is about. And let me tell you, there's fuss about Cody Rhodes. Somebody always be fussing about old Cody. All right, what is going on here? Why can't, there we go. I was going to say, why can't I get this mask out? There we go. And there we go. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Let's start off with these accessories first. Man, what an improvement on this figure right here. Hands, we got 2 Fists of Fury out of the package. He's fighting. He's fighting mad. He's got those fists ready to go. He does got the open hands. Why am I so ugly, hands? What have I done, hands? Hey, let's high five, hands. He's got those going on. He's got maniacal hands. And then you got 2 patented gripping hands, just if you need it. If you need to grip it and rip it, you can do that along the way. Now, we do get a little bit of differences here. 3 different heads you can make out of this one in a lot of ways. We do get a bag, of course, like a grocery bag here. Paper or plastic, ma'am? Oh, that was the war cry of a young 14-year-old Kyle. I'd say, all right, paper or plastic, what do you want? And they would say, I'd want them double bagged, or like they used to call them like granny bagged or something, where you'd put everything in a paper, and then you put that paper inside the plastic. Old people love that because old people don't like the environment. They hate the environment. They want to use as many bags as possible. Put 4 plastic bags around that paper bag, and then put a paper bag over the top if you could as well. I just want extra safe groceries here. And I was a wizard at groceries back in the day, stocking those things together, putting them in. I was just a machine. I could just go and go. I'd know nobody would ever get crushed eggs with me, crushed produce and stuff. The bread always on top. I was just an absolute machine. I was an animal in the grocery industry. And no big deal, employee of the year 1998. No big deal. Well, you don't have to talk about it, but it's a true story. Shout out to the grocery industry. And everybody was slaving away in the grocery industry. We all been there. We all been there. But we do get this helmet, hat, whatever you want to call it, paper bag to put over your head or your opponent's head. Choose your own adventure. Now, we do get a very cool, kind of like didn't Kurt Rambis used to wear one of these back in the day? Was it Kurt Rambis for the Lakers? A little nose protector, face protector. Got a little bit of that. Almost looks like a serial killer mask a little bit here. But love to see this with Cody. Going to have to put this on him as well. But it is a one-and-done mold that they've only used for this figure before. So I do appreciate that as well. Now we're diving into Cody Rhodes right here, and we're going to start with the head. It is truly a younger version of Cody. It's so weird to see him with the dark hair, but of course, for a lot of years, he had dark hair just like this. Very pouting face. Of course, he was a bad guy at the time, so he does have that going on. He does get a hood. Of course, you can put the hood up here, which I really like, because he would come up with that hood kind of down, covering his face. He was just very deranged, as the packaging said at the time. But it does look good all day long. You know this is Cody. You do get a pleather style jacket going on here, black with a little bit of red accents throughout. Looking very, very nice. Way better than the last one. I guess I could grab that last one out right here. There is for sure some differences between these. Starting right off with the paper bag. A much brighter paper bag, a much more realistic doll paper bag on this one here. So you got differences right there. But the biggest difference is the jacket. Plain Jane jacket, no details, no personality. Feels kind of like a garbage bag. This one feels way better, looks way better, way more accurate as well. So I really like this upgrade here. It's good to have that in the Greatest Hits Series 6. Getting down to the bottom down here, you do get the big black knee pads, those huge black knee pads. Hey! Black boots going on the bottom. You got the black trunks. You got some red lettering on there. You got the C and the R, of course, going there. But looking good, all things considered. Same thing over here. Obviously, it is a lot of reuse between these. However, the big difference, too, is, of course, the articulation. I'm going to pull this jacket off Cody real quick here. Pull that off. Get him a little undressed is what we're going to do. But, man, this just feels better in hand with the new articulation, the updated plastic, all that. Not that this feels terrible, but it is showing its age. It's probably about a 10-year-old figure at this point, so that's kind of what happens. Some of these figures age out, and that's why the Greatest Hits line is so good, because you get updates for characters, and you got so many collectors that missed out on this one back in the day. They get a second chance here. And for me, a longtime collector, I'm okay with it because they can put enough differences here that makes it feel special. But if they just release the same jacket, same everything, just with the updated joints, it'd be like, it's not as fun. But this, a heck of a lot funner here. And the nice thing about this one, too, is you can make them different. You could have one with the jacket off, one with the jacket on, one with the bag on his hand, one now with bag on the hand or the head. You can put the mask on, the faceplate mask on one, faceplate mask not on the other one. You can do enough differences to make these feel like two different figures, which I always do like as well. Arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, playing all them hits, hands back and forth side to side, head back and forth side to side, head removable. Switch back and forth if you wanted to for whatever reason. Nice tight ab crunch going on, waist articulation. Those big old Cody Rhodes splits, kind of not really. We got some of that Mattel articulation issues going on. One leg goes easily. And look at this, we get the rubber band bounce back. We absolutely hate it. It's the dredge of 2024 in the Mattel line. You get the bounce back. It's just too tight between the legs and the hips right there. So sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't, but we're getting it way too often. I hope they get this fixed ASAP. Shouting it out again. Thigh cut, double jointed. Oh, pin knees, what are we doing? But I do prefer pinless knees, but the pins are hidden behind the knee pads here, so it's really not that big a deal. I can't see it, so it is what it is. Boot cut, ankles back and forth, up and down, back and forth. So we got the usual articulation here. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Cody Rhodes rides again. And it's fun to get these throwback Cody Rhodes. We did get a Stardust, I don't know, about a year ago at this point, probably at least, right when he was coming back to the company. So that was a bit of a flashback as well. Now we get another one. I'm here for it. I feel we truly do need to get a dashing Cody Rhodes with the mustache in the Elite form. We got it in the basics back in the day. Would like to see an Elite version of that somewhere. I don't know what line. Throw in the Legends line, maybe. I don't know about that, but maybe. But this one, really worth the value if you missed it out in the past, or you want to upgrade your old one. A pretty good figure here, all things considered, with old Cody Rhodes in his deranged gimmick, as it said once again on the back of the package here. So there it is, Cody Rhodes. What are your guys' thoughts on Cody Rhodes? Greatest Hits Series 6. This is something you need to pick up in your collection. Any thoughts from you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to both my YouTube channels. Check out the Patreon, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. My book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, now available, of course, on Kindle. Check it out if you have not. Pro Wrestling Tees I already mentioned, so I'm not going to mention them again. How about? But I will mention social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Cody Rhodes, Greatest Hits Series 6, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.